Okay, I'm not gonna talk about the server issues. Every single YouTuber under the sun, and also me, has already talked about it, and the consensus is clear. They should have had an offline mode, and it never should have been an online-only game in the first place. I shouldn't have to wait for a lobby to play by myself, and I should never see the symbol while playing by myself. Big whoop, huge statement. In other news, Blizzard did something bad with Overwatch? What I really want to talk about is how soulless and empty this game feels. In Payday 2, the word serious had a bright red underline in it for the developers. You had Akimbo SMGs, Dragon's Breath. John Wick? Yeah, he was there. We had to hire the impersonator though. Keanu Reeves was too busy with Wholesome 100.
You're breathtaking!
You could customize your character to run around and dodge bullets with dual shotguns, you could become a head-popping tank that would instantly regenerate armor with every kill, or you can use the try-hard build and clear every single death sentence without any trial whatsoever. In Payday 3? It's just your standard default shooting game. Don't get me wrong, it's better. But Payday 2 was made in a car engine mainly held together by duct tape and prayers. Obviously, Unreal Engine 4 that Payday 3 runs on is better, and I will admit, the shooting is smooth. I can mend the walls, I can slide, and I can actually feel like I'm playing a AAA shooter. But that's the thing, it's just a normal-ass shooting game. Payday should not be a normal shooting game, yet it feels like it's trying to be the most bland, stereotypical game ever. This is no better exemplified than in the perks. In Payday 2, we had a diverse set of skills to spec into that would grant unique perks, and perk decks that offered whole new ways to play the game. Yes, some of them were objectively useless, and some of them were downright necessary, but the point is, all of them were unique, and it was fun to try out that perk deck that you haven't yet. Now take all that uniquity and throw it away, because in Payday 3, we have 3 benefits. Do more damage, take less damage, and go faster. That's it. Oh, maybe I'm just describing it that way? Nope, they do it themselves. The only buffs you get in this game are Edge, Grit, and Rush. Straight plain buffs with no strings attached. Sure, their activation conditions are different, but you're not going out of your way to execute these buffs, they're more of like in the background. In Payday 2, you self-immolated yourself just to get a 25% speed boost. Trust me, the multiple third-degree burns are worth it. Complementing these bland stat buffs to your character are the bland stat buffs to your guns. Just your typical additions of attachments. Sure, Payday 2 had that too, with actual numbers, but most of the attachments actually changed the way you could play the game. For example, if you were building for damage, you wanted to lower the concealment of your gun to accommodate for Sneaky Bastard. That type of gun building and accommodation for perks just isn't present in Payday 3. Also, why did they remove loadout names and loadout appearances? The best part of the hit violent shooter game Payday 2 was the fashion, and how you could have a ton of unique classes that were like different characters and not just the voice, in appearance and masks. Now we have one appearance that fits all. What was loadout 1? Who knows? It looks the exact same as all the other ones, and you can't have a name for it. Also, they somehow made mask making even worse. It should legitimately be studied how they made every single aspect of individuality in this game just worse. Another part of Payday 2's uniqueness was its story. In that game, the story was largely unfolding in the background, and it rewarded the player for having a keen eye, with it all culminating in a large ARG and an insane ending. In Payday 3, you watch cutscenes. Now, don't get me wrong, cutscenes can be great. Actually, do get me wrong. Cutscenes suck, especially when it's the majority of a story in a video game. I don't want to sit through Payday 3 Return of the Heisters now in theaters. Just let me play the damn game. Additionally, the cutscenes and the missions are arranged in this boring-ass menu that's just missing a Modern Warfare 3 logo on top. In Payday 2, we had CrimeNet, and while it wasn't perfect or even good, it was a selection screen that perfectly fit that game, and not just a generic preset. The only way for Starbreeze to redeem themselves against the prestigious bastion that is my opinion was for them to implement a better stealth system. Since I'm a ninja and I hate myself, I love doing stealth in Payday 2, and I subjected myself to learning all of the mechanics of it. I love the broken mess that was the stealth in that game, but I was ready to move on and experience a different system. In Payday 3, they actually improved it somewhat. We got lures and cameras now, combined with a phone and some cool epic minigames. Stealth is somewhat bearable now. The bag moving simulator is still very much present, but at least now there are less bags since there are die packs that ruin your loot, and they can't all be defused if you're playing solo. They punish you for being alone. That's kinda based. For some reason, they got rid of body bags, and you can just pick up the body straight now. Remember the fun mechanics of shotgun launching, since you couldn't kill Sims willy-nilly without running out of body bags? Now you can kill them however you like, and bring them wherever you like. I'm not saying this game needed to bring back an unintended mechanic that was used to circumvent a limitation, but I'm saying the game feels a lot more boring without it. Since the game has to be a game and can't just be a straight walk into a bank and take stuff out, we have to deal with objectives. In the first game, this was mostly this piece of junk that... and... bye. In Payday 3, the drill doesn't jam, but most of the objectives still mostly involve buying time for you to kill some baddies. It's fine, but not too interactive. On the other hand, we have stealth. Now this was something that was majorly overhauled, and luckily it is a bit better. Since we aren't in America anymore, they don't shoot you on sight if you're unmasked. Instead, they turn their back to this very obvious threat, so you can stick stuff on their back or steal their keycards. I will say that a lot of the objectives are hacking things, and how do we make that fun? We make circles on the ground that you have to stand on, of course. But since this is only the first few maps, surely they will get more innovative over the years with the DLC that they promised to bring out. Speaking about that, let's discuss their DLC model. I finally hacked in. I'm evil Zen Bubble. I'm like normal Zen Bubble, except I abuse my workers to maximize profit. I heard he was talking about monetization in an already paid game, so I had to object and put in my 2 cents, if you will. In Payday 2, I love how they made 50 million packs that cost a fortune to own all of them, so it really makes me happy that they seem to be following the same model by releasing a half-finished game and then calling the content that should be in the game updates, thus creating the illusion of continuing support. Who needs integrity, am I right? Anyways, I have an emerald mine I have to get to. See you guys next time. I'm back. What just happened? Anyways, subscribe and like so I can get more money from YouTube.